The tower house was mostly just 3 stories of crumbling stone walls. It was large, about 100 feet by 50 feet, but had no roof. The true attraction was the rumoured underground castle inside the cliffs the house sat upon. Kelsey pointed to where the castle yard dropped off the cliffs into the sea and started walking over there quickly, doing her best to be the dignified appraiser and not show too much excitement. "Let's go down into the caves." Tavish fell in step beside her and gave her a wistful smile.
"We haven't found the way into most of them, but we have been able to get down to the see-through one. And there was that room with the trinkets you examined today."
He stopped suddenly and grabbed her hand, lending calm support just when she felt herself tripping.
"Watch your step. The foundation of an older structure sticks up just enough to trip over, like right there."
A thrill went through her at the touch of his hand. She held onto it for a moment, in order to catch her balance as she looked down and saw the half-inch which remained of a stone wall, sticking up out of the grass, and then she let go as casually as she could, still tingling from his touch. "Thanks. I think I will watch my step." He smiled with just a pleasant amount of teasing and started walking again.
"Good idea."
She followed his flapping kilt through a tour of the teetering tower house. It had a surprisingly open floor plan for a structure that was a few 100 years old. It must have been a party house. She didn't think she would have enjoyed living in it. She preferred a network of small rooms with doors she could close so that she would have quiet to read while people in the other rooms visited or sang or played games and did other loud things. Ooh! Just as she had suspected, there was a cellar in each of the 3 smaller rooms on the ground floor. With a ceremonial flourish, Tavish pulled up a modern plastic covering to reveal the first dark hole in the ground.
"When the estate came into Mr. Blair's hands, these 3 cellars were hidden. The only reason we found them was because of the rumours of their existence. It took quite a lot of experimentation with fancy acoustic equipment that could detect hollow areas underground."
Kelsey could see where this first cellar had been opened with brute force by the construction workers. It didn't have stairs, but Tavish and his crew had installed modern metal ladders, which looked really odd against the stone. Without being asked, he let her go down first, in her skirt. Knowing he had nothing on underneath his kilt, she made herself look away and resisted fanning herself as he came down the ladder next. Everything interesting had already been taken out of the cellar, of course, but exploring was fun. The cellars were irregular and carved out of the rock cliff. She and Tavish had climbed out of the second of these 3 cellars when they heard dogs snarling nearby. The sound made Kelsey's knees weak, and she leaned against the outer stone wall of the castle. She didn't realize Tavish had run off until she turned to where he had been a moment ago and heard him yelling from the nearby bushes.
"Ha! Ha! Get! Ha!"
She then heard a dog crying and another one barking, and she yelled out to Tavish. "Are you okay?"
"Yeah, I'll be back in a minute, soon as Taffy runs off. Go on, Taffy. Go home. Go home."
Kelsey's feet were running over there before she knew it. She rounded the corner and saw something she never would have believed if she hadn't seen it with her own eyes. Tavish was holding a largish dog in his arms, almost like a baby, except he had its legs strapped off to his sides, and he was hugging it close so that its snarling mouth couldn't get to his throat.